a couple L's, but that's just normal talk. I popped a couple pills, but they don't do much. And now I take Prozac in the morning with some other stuff. But why did I get into this? I feel like this is all a dream. But when I wake up, look around, this isn't even make-believe. So I sit in the corner thinking back to all the memories. I grew up with these fake beliefs, by the time I find a remedy. I don't wanna make you feel bad, but you kinda ruined my life. You hurt me and ruined my life. And I don't wanna make you feel bad, but you kinda ruined my life. You hurt me and ruined my
Qu'est-ce qui m'arrive? Qu'est-ce que je représente? Qui je suis, putain? Va falloir que je me lève, que je recommence à zéro.
What's up, everybody? Happy... My microphone is facing the wrong way. Happy Thursday. It's Thursday, right? That's what today is. How is everybody doing? I just got done going for a swim, and now it's time to UV again. ATDD, hey, what's up? How are you? Let's see. Alright, cool. I think I got all my chats up and everything. Let me turn down the desktop audio just a tad bit. Srinivas, what's up? How are you? All right, so here we are. This has been somehow worse than UVing the tank, so that's been cool. I'm currently working on these little winglet pieces here, so that's what I'm going to continue doing. I need to remember, though, so let's see, I put that one there. Okay, so this is on this side of the ship. I need to find wherever that is located. Okay, so it's this one. Moki Mocha, what's up? How are you? Good to see you. Alright, why did that fit? Oh, no. Oh, it didn't fit. How did I ignore that? Hold on. Let's try to cheat this a little bit. I don't mind a little bit of distortion. That's okay. That's not the worst thing in the world. Do the same thing over here because I just don't. There's only so much I can do with these, and I'm trying to not like go ridiculously over the top with shells. Just even that out a little bit. All right, cool. And then this one, I gotta pull the textile density from that one and pop it on that one just to give myself the utmost amount of room. All right. Let's see. I'm good. I created a robot in Maya. Can I show you? I want to create this robot attacking a city. Yeah, if you're in the Discord, just post it in the Discord and I'll take a look at it. Where is my Discord? There it is. What's up, Septic Child? How you doing? I'm good. Couldn't sleep, saw your stream. Nice. I'm doing good. I just got done swimming, so I am, I'm all chlorinated and stuff. It's great. Sorry you can't sleep. That sucks. That's never fun. Alright, I don't know. Yeah. It matters a little bit. Just a little bit. That's fine. Okay. Cool. Maza Punky. Hello. Hi. How are you? Guys, as always, feel free to ask questions and stuff. I do not mind. God, that's a lot of tiles. Oh, jeez. All right, cool. It's true. It's been a while since you've been able to be on stream, so it's good to have you. What time is it there for you? Okay, so the big question here is what do I want to start on first? Good luck for those UVs. Thank you. Yeah, the death emoji is definitely a definitely good for this situation because there are quite a bit. It's 3 a.m. Okay, so that's not too bad. I was up till 3 a.m. last night. Didn't want to be, but I was. Okay, so let's see. Let's see how many of these guys you pull. The only problem is that the more I work on this, the slower the topology copy kind of gets. So it definitely takes a little bit. So there will be a lot of like sitting and waiting. So it's a good time to ask questions if you want to ask questions. I stopped learning Maya in 2018. Has it changed much? It's actually changed quite a bit since 2018. Yeah, I would for sure give it a shot again because there's a lot of new tools in it. It's much better than those older versions. I used 2014 up until about 2020, and then when I switched over, it was like crazy night and day difference. Do I use Houdini? No, not yet. I want to at some point. Especially like seeing all the stuff that a couple of people in the Discord are doing. I think it was Tamuzu. Tamuzu was working on that cool like rope thing. Yeah, I definitely want to learn Houdini at some point, but it's just not in the cards right now. I have too much on my plate, and I finally decided what my next project is going to be after this, so my next like main project anyway. Oh shit, that's... Why did I build that way? Well, that sucks. Okay, I'm going to do this differently. I'm just going to remove the bottom of that entirely, because I don't care. Oh, let's see. Thank you for your answer. Yeah, of course. Absolutely. That's not going to remove the bottom. Wait, what? No. Why did I do that? I wasn't paying attention when I made this. That's okay. I just got to manually select things. It's fine. It's not the worst thing in the world. I only have to do it once. What's up, Sharky? How you doing, man? Okay. Let's see. Goods, nice. How do you decide your textile density for your projects? So, it's a little mixed on how I do it, because I know a lot of people get into like really heavy calculations on how to do it. I generally just pick what is going to be the largest piece, and I figure out where it's going to sit, like textile density wise. So let me finish selecting this, and I'll show you kind of how I started this thing. Because this one was definitely one of those ones where I had to like be really careful about what I was choosing to do. And, you know, my way by no means is, like, the professional way to do it. I just don't really care to do, like, all the calculation junk. So if I show this... So what I did was I decided on a piece that I was going to make, like, my main reference point for, like, what my textile density was going to be. And it was this piece right here. So I selected this body piece, and I realized that this was going to be kind of like a larger piece, but, like, not the biggest piece. And I went from there, and then anything else that was like semi-bigger, I just scaled a little bit and then just kind of worked from there. But I try to keep the same textile density throughout. There's a couple of little different variations in here every once in a while. Like you can see the windshield's very like different because I just don't need that much for that. But otherwise, yeah, that's just how I do it. Like there's calculations you can do where you use like distance from camera and stuff like that, but I just don't care to spend that much time doing it. I got a capture card I ordered. Should be nice. That's cool. Which one did you get? Let's see. Is texturing hard or modeling? I mean, they're both kind of difficult. I enjoy texturing is kind of like the more like artistic part, in my opinion. So I enjoy texturing more, but I wouldn't say one is harder than the other. I think it depends on like what you're used to skill-wise. So like, you know, if you have a better understanding of like layering materials and layering like texture and color and things like that, you're going to find it's a lot easier for color or for texturing. And if you're used to like building parts and working in 3D, modeling may be easier for you. So, it's very dependent on like the person. Oops. Isolate. All right, back to work. Okay. Focus. There's a really, Moki, if you're in the, well, you are in the Discord. There's a really good article, I think, posted in the Help channel. I think it's the Help channel. About how to find textile density properly. If you ever want to check that out, that's available there. This is not ideal. I don't understand what happened there. The only thing I can think of doing is just kind of like splitting it this way. Nope. Oh, I see what happened. Okay. Well, that's kind of unfortunate. I check tomorrow on my PC right now. Stream is in my bed before going to bed. Nice. I mean, that's cool. Happy to be in your before bed mix. Okay, let's see. Noob question. How screwed am I if I noticed Ngons after mapping my textures? Not really. Like, the main problem is going to be is like, are you going to have to deform that surface? So say you notice the Ngon on like a face or something like that. When it comes to like that deformation, when you start doing that, like that work, that's going to be a problem. But if it's just a hard surface asset, I wouldn't worry about it. I wouldn't like show it off if it's a portfolio piece, but I also wouldn't like stress about it. There's really no need. This was not great. I'm a little unhappy that this turned out this way, but what can you do? Aside from rebuild it, and I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to cut it as best as I can and just call it good. Let's see. How's everybody doing tonight? Anybody working on anything cool tonight? You guys got any projects coming up? Is that how I did that? How did I do that? Oh, I didn't do that. Okay. Yeah, this is going to look like crap, but that's okay. It's such a hidden part that I really don't care. So if you guys ever wondered if we cheat and do shortcuts, like this is one of them. And then it gets worse. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. Let's see. Warhammer 40k soiled? What? What does that mean? Not quite sure what you mean by that. This is why it's important to pay attention to what you're doing when you're modeling stuff. I really haphazardly did these. But just fine. They should unfold fine. It's just gonna be a little funky. So much work to do. Some design stuff, asset for school, and a whole project for my personal project I'm making using usign. Using a factory. Oh, I'm making using a factory. Nice. That's cool. Nice. How's that going for you? That sounds like it's going to be a lot of like prop and asset modeling. That's cool. Okay. Yoink. Nope, no, 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 no. Okay, yeah. Thankfully, this is the worst part that I've had to UV. And that's kind of great, because that means that if that's the worst thing that I have to deal with, then I'm pretty happy. Character. Oh, you're saying to, like, do a Warhammer 40k character? Yeah. I've thought about it, but it's just not something I'm, like, hyper interested in. Like, yeah, it would probably be fun. But I'm kind of, like... The issue is like, I want to start working on stuff that I can, like, fully animate and rig, and I have no interest in rigging characters. Maybe someday. Maybe I'll do a Warhammer ship. That would be cool, I think. It's a lot of assets for modeling for a project I've been doing with some friends that do coding. The goal would be to make a game, but each time I start a new asset, the old one looks outdated because I learned so many new things. Yeah, that's the rough thing about, like, especially when you're in school, like, you're constantly, like, exposing yourself to, like, new knowledge, and so that's always, like, ever changing. So I get that. I remember being frustrated about stuff like that too. But that's also how I feel, like, looking back at my old projects. Like, if I look back at the project I did when I first started doing social media, I'm like, ugh. Even though, like, it still holds up, but I think you're always going to feel that way to some extent. I think it's cool. It's making me learn more. Good. That's what we love hearing, because you should never stop learning. Never. Make sure. Oh my God, my Instagram stopped scrolling again. All right. Opinion question: with AI lurking over our heads in the 3D field, should we focus? Should we focus on if we want to live from 3D? So I wouldn't worry right now about AI. Right now, it's just completely incapable of doing much of anything. And we're starting to see that bubble might pop. So, you know, there's some good stuff on the horizon for the hopeful downfall of most of the AI hype. But my advice on that whole thing is continue doing what you're doing. Don't stop doing 3D just because you're seeing all the AI stuff and you're scared that it's not going to be like a viable career, because it still can be. It still very much can be a viable career, because there's always going to be a demand for human art. On top of that, keep track of what is going on with AI. So, spend some time learning about it, learn how it works. Don't necessarily just, like, dive into using it constantly, because you're going to waste a lot of time doing that. But at least start to develop an understanding of how it works. I spend a lot of time making sure I understand what it does, just to make sure that, like, I'm not completely in the dark. But I wouldn't stress about it. I just love hard surface sci-fi stuff. I mean, that's fair. I do too. Yeah, we can't stop learning 3D. No, absolutely not. Like, remember, like, the hope is, right, if you're learning this, it's something you actually really love doing. If it's not something you love doing, you may want to find something different. And that's not to be, like, harsh or anything like that. It's just, like, that's kind of the cold, hard truth, is that, like, this is a difficult field to get into. This is a difficult field to be a part of. You are always dedicating yourself to learning and working outside of, like, normal hours. So, like, it's tough. So if it's not something you absolutely love and you feel like it would be easy enough for you to just give it up because of AI, then, like, maybe choose something different. I don't want to encourage you to choose something different, but, like, if that's your feelings on it, you might want to look at something different. But you should never want to give up on art, no matter what is, like, gleaming down the barrel at you. There will always be a need for 3D artists. Now, if AI takes over the world and we all end up dying, like, that's different. But that'll be everybody. That won't just be 3D artists. That gives me hope. Yeah, I wouldn't stress about it. Just spend, sorry, my watch is like, I had it on really tight because it doesn't like match my readings when I'm swimming otherwise. But yeah, don't give up on 3D art. Like, if it's something you actually love doing, don't give up on it. I don't know if you guys have ever tried to use one of those 3D modeling model generators, but they are they're kind of garbage. They kind of suck, so I wouldn't stress too much about it. And there is some good stuff too, right? Like, as much as I don't like the resources that AI is using, there's some really cool stuff. Like the fact that even though it's still kind of in early development, like Autodesk Flow allows you to do motion capture without having to buy a $10,000, $15,000 motion capture kit. You know, you obviously still have to do a lot of like work cleaning up that stuff, but that's an accessibility thing that a lot of us didn't have access to before that existed. So like, you know, there are some good things that are going to be helpful, but for the most part, like, I wouldn't stress about it. Let's see. I saw someone using it. Yeah, it's cool. It's just not there yet. I'm sure it'll be there at some point, which I'm excited for, just because like that means you can do motion capture without, you know, buying the motion capture gear, because it's very expensive. Like, it is like unobtainably expensive. Sour fish cheese banana split using why? Let's see, for a website Gorilla, but he said that for his website he could not pay a 3D artist. It's not ready at all. The edge was disgusting. The Gorilla had 4 eyes. Oh, you're talking about the model. No, modeling's not there at all. I was talking about the 3D, or the what the hell is it called? It's like Autodesk Flow or something like that. I think it's called Flow. Let me see. Hold on a second. I haven't had a chance to play with it. I might someday. I don't know. Yeah, this thing. So it does motion capture based off of like just video footage, which is honestly a massive leap forward for that type of technology. That is a good use for AI, because the reality is like, unless you're a big studio, you can't afford to do that. You should still learn how to animate, of course, because you're going to have to clean this up. But that's super cool. I don't really care for the automatically removing the character from the plate thing, because it does not do a good job. But, you know, there are some really cool benefits to that, I think. Man, love your work. Thank you so much, TW3D. Kino YN, what's up? How are you? I hate animation. Why do you hate animation? I love animation. I don't do enough animation. I will be this year, though. Once I knock out these, I've got 2 projects I need to knock out, and then it's gonna be, there's gonna be some cool stuff going on. I'm good. Good. That's good to hear. I don't know how that's going to split, so we're going to just cut this and see what happens. I just realized I didn't turn my other light on. Oh, there we go. I don't know if that makes a huge difference. Oh, it would make a big difference if my speaker was out of the way. Animation is so boring, it never works as I want to. I don't get fun in it. IDKY just gives me weird feeling. I mean, that's fair. It's like UVs. I hate UVs, but, you know, something that I love that you necessarily don't love. That's just the way it goes. Why is that all connected? What is holding you together? What? That's a cut. That's a cut. Why are you being held together? What the Oh. I see. You, sew back together. Actually, that was kind of dumb. Let's cut that way. Let's see. Wow, Rhizome. Yep, Rhizome is one of my favorite tools. Unreal is very cool too, and yes, Unreal's awesome. I love Unreal. I also need to spend more time in that program, but I don't. All right, so there's that. What's up, Zach? How you doing, man? How's the evening treating you? Okay, so that stuff. How the fuck is that connected? That's actually terrifying. That should not be connected at all. So that's a separate shell. Dude, how is that possible? Oh, okay. Right. Okay. Again, pay no attention to how bad these are. I did not pay attention when I modeled these. Oh, man. Alright, there we go. That's better. Okay, so let's focus on this guy. Hello. Unfold. Alright. Nope. Let's figure some stuff out here. No. Why'd it get grouped? I'm like, I didn't group that. Let's see. Waking up in 3 hours. I'm gonna go to sleep or I'm gonna be dead for the gym. Fun talking to you. Hope you get to another time when I'm working. A good evening. Moki, have a good night. It was good talking to you as well. I hope you get some good sleep. Alright. What else we got? What's this? I actually only care if there's any distortion. Okay. No, not worried about that. How are you? This is an example of an asset that's going to get stacked because I don't care. Okay, these are... Yeah, these are okay. I don't see any core issues with it. Oh, hold on. I forgot to text my wife back. Okay. I was working on this earlier and I accidentally selected everything and then hit distribute and it like locked up my PC because of all the different tiles. So I'm gonna try really hard not to do that again. It was not a fun experience. Okay. Alright, so that's solid. Texel density it real quick. And we'll separate everything. Ooh, alright. I hate how it does that. I wish it would like keep everything in the same spot. Anybody watch the Sony State of Play thing? Anything you guys are looking forward to? I haven't had a chance to like actually watch it. I saw a bunch of God of War stuff though, so that's cool. is that? Oh, that's an undone one. Okay, cool. All right, so take that, apply it to everybody else. Oh yeah, I gotta select everything. Anyone else hearing a bunch of loud static noises from my stream every so often, or is that my headphones failing? That's a good question. I would hope not. Does anybody else have that issue? You guys hear like static pops every once in a while? The only thing you might be hearing is my streaming PC fan, but I don't... It's on silent mode, so I don't know if you'd hear it that much. I don't know. If anyone else is having that issue, let me know. Definitely want to know. Oh, we gotta wait for this topo copy. It was kind of funny. I was doing the Rhizome tutorial the other day, and I didn't realize how CPU intensive this program was. Because holy crap, it was recording and it was overloading all of the encoding buffers on OBS and like actually like lagging out the video. So it's definitely nice that I have another PC to stream on. %68%. I know you guys can't really see that. I don't know. Maybe I should move my camera. I don't know. How do you guys feel about my camera position? Should I move it? What if I move myself up here? Could do that. Could try that. Let's try that out. Screw it. Could also make it a tad bit smaller. Honestly, hold on a second. While we wait for this, let me... Oh, that little thing gets hot. Yeah, I can't really... Well, no, I can't really zoom that in anymore. That's okay, I'll leave that there. Alright. That did all my cutting. It's now unwrapping. Then we can lay everything out. Good stuff. Anybody got any cool plans for the weekend? I know it's still like Friday, but or Thursday. It might be Friday for some of you. Oh, forgot to set up my Goated app. Give me a second here. Goated, manual entry. We'll go to 335. 5, save. 335, save. And clock in. This has been the one thing that's been taking me the longest with this damn project is the fact that it is getting so slow to copy stuff across shells that it's actually painful. What's this? This is Rhizome. It's my UV unwrapping software, and I can't really do anything right now because I'm waiting for it to copy topology over. But that's what it's doing. Kind of. 68%. Should hopefully be faster to stack everything. Come on. At least it's working. I've been having so many issues with it. Like, for some reason, I don't know what it is. The similar updating has been acting really funky, and I don't know if it's just because I'm on a newer version of Rhizome. I might go back and see if it works better. We'll see if I have to do that, though. Hopefully not. That would kind of suck. The nice thing is, though, is that Rhizome uses FBX files and doesn't change the encoding on them. So sick, it hurts my head. Nah, it's not that bad. It's actually pretty easy once you kind of work with it for a little bit. Very worth it. It's just a little difficult when you're dealing with a model this big. Let's see. Did that person post their robot in Discord? No? No? That's okay. Let's see. This is the worst part, because it's like watching fucking paint dry. Ugh. Let me see what's going on here. Okay. Let's see. Cool. Hopefully next week we'll be into texturing, because I don't want to do too many UV streams. But I'm glad I got to do enough of this on stream just to show people, again, the workflow and